I am Echo, and you are watching EchoDark. Tonight, I bring you a story that will sink under your skin and follow you into the dark corners of your room. A story that may leave you afraid to close your eyes or even breathe. It began on a night that should have felt ordinary, the kind of night when the world outside hums quietly and nothing stirs except the faint whisper of wind through the trees. I was alone in my apartment, the type of solitude that usually feels peaceful. That night, it felt heavy, unnatural. The first sign was subtle, a flicker of light from the hallway, though I was certain the lights had been turned off. I ignored it at first, convincing myself it was my imagination. But the air felt different, thicker, colder, like the atmosphere itself was pressing down against me. Then came the sound. At first I thought it was the building settling, a soft creak, like the faint groan of old wood. But it repeated, a pattern, a rhythm. Scritch, scritch, scritch. It was deliberate, moving closer, and impossibly slow. My pulse quickened. I told myself I was imagining it. Everyone tells themselves that when terror begins, because denial is a fragile shield against fear. But instinct screamed otherwise. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and shone it toward the bedroom door. It was open. Just a crack, barely noticeable, but enough for fear to root in my chest and freeze my body. I had locked that door. I was certain of it. My hand hovered over the knob, trembling, and I knew, deep down, that the rational explanations didn't matter anymore. The scratching stopped. Silence fell. The kind of silence that isn't peaceful. It's the silence of the waiting, the quiet of something patient, calculating, and hungry. Then the door creaked. Slowly, deliberately, inch by inch, it opened, and the shadow came. It wasn't human, not fully. Too tall, too thin, angles that made the air itself feel wrong. It didn't step. It glided. Its form flickered, like smoke caught in the wrong light. And yet I knew it was watching me. Every trembling movement, every shallow breath, every thought I couldn't keep secret. I tried to scream. Nothing came out. My vocal cords had frozen. My limbs refused to obey. My mind tried to reason. It's just a shadow. It's just a trick of the light. Just breathe. The shadow moved closer, though there was no sound, no footstep, no scrape on the floor. It just advanced. And then I heard it. My name, whispered. Echo. 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 I bolted, running without direction, without thought. The apartment had become a maze, walls stretching, rooms shifting. Every exit led to another corridor, another shadow, another whisper. The air grew colder with each step. My lungs burned, my vision blurred, and then I smelled it. Something rotting, metallic, suffocating. It wasn't just in the room, it was in me. My fear had a taste now, and it clung to my throat. I found myself in the bathroom, slamming the door behind me, pressing my back against it. I needed light, but the mirror reflected not just me, but the shadow standing behind me. I turned quickly. Nothing. My reflection smiled. I didn't. I backed into the corner, heart hammering, hands shaking. And then the whispers turned to words. You cannot leave. You belong to me. I stumbled backward. The bathroom door rattled as if something was pressing from the other side. I wanted to scream, to pray, to beg, but my voice refused. My reflection moved independently of me, twisting in impossible ways, mocking me. I ran again, this time into the living room. The shadows followed, curling along the walls, reaching for me, stretching impossibly long. Every light flickered, failing, leaving me in half-darkness. The air became thick, almost viscous, pressing against my chest, constricting my lungs. I tried to open the front door, locked. Windows? Frosted over, though it wasn't cold outside. I was trapped, and the apartment itself seemed alive, reshaping around me, a cage tailored to my terror. The shadow didn't chase in the way humans chase. It glided, patient, circling, always behind, always closer than the next breath. Its whispers burrowed into my mind, repeating my fears, twisting my memories, distorting my perception of time. Minutes became hours, hours became seconds. My mind fractured. Then I felt it. Inside me, not physically, but mentally. Thoughts that were not mine filled my head. Urges, images, pain, malice. And it laughed, that laugh, deep, guttural, impossible, a sound that vibrated inside my chest and rattled my bones. I collapsed. My reflection in the mirror stared back, not as me, but as it, twisted, smiling, screaming in my stead. And I knew it didn't leave. It never leaves. It doesn't just haunt spaces, it haunts people. It waits inside them, learning them, consuming them. The silence that followed was worse than the noise. My breath came back in shallow, desperate gasps. My limbs moved, but slowly, as if I were swimming through thick water. The room looked normal, too normal. The mirror reflected my face, but the smile lingered, faint, cruel. The memory of its presence etched into my features. I tried to convince myself it was gone, that I had imagined it. But when I closed my eyes that night, I felt it again, weight pressing on my chest, whispers curling in my ears, shadows stretching across the corners of my room. And I understood the terrifying truth. It doesn't leave, it waits, patient, persistent. I was never alone. I haven't slept properly since. I haven't looked in a mirror without fear. And even now, as I tell this story, I feel its gaze behind me, resting just outside my vision, smiling, waiting, because that is what it does. It waits, always. And one day, it will claim you, too. If you survive the story, for now, consider yourself lucky, but the nightmare has only begun. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments if you dare. And remember, something might already be watching you. Always.